Hi there, my name's Peter Radford. I've been working with the Westgate School to address some big issues with all students across the school. Just to introduce myself, I'm a religious studies teacher by trade. I studied theology at university, brought up in a conservative, quite traditional Christian home, and I'm now a speaker. I run workshops and training for schools around the country, and I'm passionate about addressing issues of discrimination and the violation of people's human rights across society. So what we wanted to do with these videos, and this is a taster really of what's to come, is address a few specific issues and give you a flavour of what we've been talking about with your children so that you can have informed conversations with them in the home. Sometimes I think there's a fear out there, particularly from people from traditional backgrounds or religious backgrounds, who fear that in school there's a kind of leftist, more liberal agenda being pushed towards their children that has, in their view, a kind of a corrupting influence, as if, we're undermining some of the traditional family values or the traditional religious values that you may hold really dear. And I want to kind of assure you that that's absolutely not what's going on. That what we're trying to do in the sessions that we've been talking about is educate, first of all, explicitly about the law regarding human rights, the Human Rights Act brought into law in the UK, the European Convention on Human Rights. So we have a duty to educate about what human rights are. We also have a duty where the Equality Act 2010 is concerned to ensure that students understand that those protected characteristics, those different individual differences amongst people in our society are not used as a means or a mechanism or as a reason to discriminate, to bully, to assault people. And that's really also about building a school community here where all students feel safe, feel like they are not coming to school feeling afraid that they might be bullied, they might be harassed, they might be assaulted, but a place where they can learn, ask questions, and feel accepted, and feel included. So that's where we're coming from. There's also, by law, statutory guidance that we have to deliver now regarding relationships, sex, and health education. And part of that is about addressing discrimination in all its forms. A couple of key statistics that I think are alarming. Ofsted did a report on schools in the UK a year or so ago, and they found that about a third of teenage girls said they'd been sexually assaulted at school. That's horrific. That's an awful statistic. 1 in 9 trans students say they've received a death threat at school. Both of these statistics are unacceptable. No child should come to school and feel like by coming to school they're going to be exposed to harassment, abuse, assault in any way. And therefore, as a duty, as an educational establishment, we have a duty to protect your child from any kind of abuse, assault, harassment. In order to do that, because we know it happens, bullying happens everywhere, to address it, we've got to kind of open up the conversations, have dialogue about these different issues, challenge some of the stereotypical views that might lead to abusive behaviours, but very much in a safe context where students feel like they can be open and honest, ask questions and understand the law and their legal responsibilities for their own protection as they enter the big wide world and navigate that. I talk as well, I'm a parent, I've got 3 children, a girl and 2 boys. I've been through those teenage years with them, and I know some of the struggles, some of the pressures that they face, not only from within school and outside of school, but also from the internet. So the other thing we've been addressing is the impact that social media and online influencers can have, and really we're trying to get students to critically evaluate what they hear, what they see, so that they're not just sort of blindly absorbing everything that comes their way, and via TikTok or Instagram, via the different algorithms which keep feeding them the same stuff, but that they have the tools and the skills to be able to tell, look, this is harmful, this is harmless, this is helpful. So this is where we're coming from. So as I said, this is a taster, really, what you can expect to come are either, it might be in the form of a long or some short videos, but some content where I explain very briefly, not in an extended format, but I explain briefly what we've been talking about regarding misogyny and sexual harassment, what we've been talking about regarding racism and religious prejudice, what we've been talking about transphobia and the whole gender identity debate, and what we've been talking about homophobia. So that's what's coming up. If you have any questions, get in touch with the school, but we're really wanting to keep these this communication open and this dialogue open, and work with you to make sure that your students can come to school and feel like it's a place where they can learn in order to enter society and have their best possible impact in the future.